want to open this live by thanking everybody who sent emails out. This sounds like HJR2, the bill that Iowa introduced, has made it past the first round. So now it's going to I'm not political, was it a House vote or a floor vote? Will be the next thing, but it passed the first test, so that's good. Hopefully we can get Iowa to have the have hunting, trapping, and fishing in our Iowa Constitution. That'd be awesome. Hey, Reef, John Newcomb, how we doing? Figure out I'm out here working some fur tonight, and you know what? It gets kind of lonely. So, Jason, Howie, how we doing? Not sure what time it is where you guys are, but it's just pushing 11 o'clock. Jack Mitchell, how we doing, buddy? Michael, Coyote Stalker. Boy, you guys are all up late. Lawrence. Oh, I got a hole in a glove. I reuse my gloves, guys. Don't judge me. These suckers ain't cheap. 11? Yeah, Jason, you're with me. It's 11. Johnny boy. Don, yeah, it's 11 here, but I mean, this is, shoot, I'll be up probably for another hour and a half at least, so. BJ, no, you're not up for late night talks anymore because you don't work in the shop. You're inside and done by 5, so I can't sit here and talk to you until 1 in the morning. Blakely's headed to work. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Yeah, Reef, she's in bed normally by 10, although she just went to bed just now, so I'm getting out here a little late, but definitely a little later than I want to. I flushed a bunch of stuff last night. Now it's time to actually board it, so I figure I'd get on here and see what everybody's up to tonight. Those that are still awake for some crazy reason. If you're night owls like me, I'm not a morning person. I'm definitely a night person. It's great, but it's a huge flaw at the same time because I can be out here till 12:30, 1 o'clock, and next morning that alarm goes off at 5:30. I'm kind of hating life. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Tony, what's up? Oh, nice, Reef. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, Coyote Stalker. That's one of the things my dad taught me when I was growing up. You can sleep when you're dead. Yeah, but one thing I've learned, if you don't get a little bit of rest, that death comes a lot sooner, I think. You definitely got to get some kind of rest, at least every once in a while. John, you take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Jason, that's actually the next thing in line for me. Beaver season is going to be here very soon. A lot sooner than it should be. I was kind of hoping, my plan, knowing it was going to be an early thaw, was going to be time to start trapping beaver in about a month. March 10th or so would be awesome. That'd be great. But we're going to have open water next week. And I am nowhere near ready to handle beaver yet. So, mad dash to finish up coon, to open up a freezer that I can use. It's been pretty rough. Mr. Somebody, I never got a chance to do this late season. My late season plans just completely fell apart on me. 100%. Oh, I hear you, Tony. Right, Howie? Yeah, Reef really behaves on his live streams, but he comes here and just stirs the pot. And I behave really well on his. Eric, your head, yeah. I don't blame you, buddy. I don't blame you. It's been a long week for me already, too. It's nowhere near done. So, I told the wife I was going to take off Sunday and try to work on some fur, but I don't think she'd be happy with me working fur on Sunday. I'd probably be inside. So I was like, yeah, let's go to work, make some money then. Kind of gear up for this beaver season that's coming. Yeah, I miss somebody. Me too. I had a lot of plans, and just my work schedule and change really threw a wrench in it. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But it is what it is. I mean, nothing you can do about it now. Oh, hey Dale, how we doing? It wouldn't surprise me. I'll bet we're gonna have open water here pretty quick. I've seen a lot of the creeks up here by me were not completely open, but they had moving water down them. So that tells me it's just a matter of time. Let you go to beaver trap. Yeah, I miss somebody. I'm not even sure what next year's going to hold for me. You know, I'm a coon trapper at heart, and I'll always do it. But you know, that late season, or maybe even early season, I might try to switch things up if the opportunity presents itself. You know, might not be chasing coon as our priority next year. Oh, I bet, Eric. Yeah, it's not going to be long. But that's Dale here might be able to help me with that situation. So I've heard mixed results on this because, you know, spring beaver is a pretty new concept to me. I've only been doing it for 3 years now. This will be my 4th year. I was always taught as soon as the ice is off, you need to start hammering those beaver. Those 2-year-olds are traveling. They're looking for new territory, which typically we have open water March 15th through April 1st is kind of when it opens up. But with it opening up basically February, probably 15th, are those beaver going to be moving yet? Or are those 2-year-olds still going to be a little bit before they start traveling? I don't know. I've never, you know, that's a new concept to me, so I don't know. But definitely be interesting. Boy, that's pretty. It's a good 4Xer. Pretty hard to walk through here. There's a lot of low-hanging items. Outdoor Mike, what's up, buddy? Yeah, diversity missed somebody for sure. Exactly. Oh, nice, Michael Outdoors. That's great. Outdoor Mike's putting up a bobcat. Yeah, you got those good cats out there, buddy. Nice, Tony. They'll be moving. Well, BJ, you never call me anymore. It's always me that has to call you, and then you answer the phone and you're like, what? All right, fine. Fine, I'll find a new best friend to bother on days off. Thanks, Mr. Somebody. I appreciate it. I take a lot of pride in my put up. That's for sure. Some of these late nights, though, they definitely got to me. Yeah, we got a nice little flaw there, which was my own fault. But to make it fair, this is a 5XL coon too. So you sit on a throne of lies. Who's sitting right now, BJ? You or me? Hustles and hobbies, still trapping Missouri otter. That's awesome. Really, Dale? That's interesting. I never knew that. I never knew. You know, animals. I know they don't necessarily go by calendar, but it's just that's kind of interesting. I missed somebody. Ain't worth it on this. It's a 5XL anyway, so it's getting tanned. Probably by BJ, actually. He's in the chat here, so. I mean, even though, he doesn't want to be my friend anymore, I'll still probably send him some business just because, you know, I'm that good of a friend. Kind of like how I used to call him and stuff and talk and try to hang out with him. And then he's always like, no, I'm too cool and, all that jazz. But Eric, does he have any more TS85s, do you know? I'm about to make a pretty good size order with him. I don't know why I'm pitting this thing out like I'm selling it. Or, yeah, like for the fur industry. Yeah, Michael Outdoors, I'll give you that one too. It does seem like the little experience I have with Beaver does kind of relay that. Anytime we start getting any fluctuation or movement with the water, they tend to move. Mr. Somebody, I ended with 1,078. No, 9,079. 3 short of my record. Now, for those of you that didn't hear, could I have got there? Yeah, that last weekend of mine was the last day of season. So I had 3 days where I could go out, set some boxes out. It was cold. It was miserable. Could I have caught some coon? Yeah, absolutely. I could have broke that record probably by 3 or 4 pretty easy. But I weighed my options. Okay, so I can go break that record. Or I can go out, take this weekend, and put up 120 coon and get started on that, knowing that beaver season's right around the corner. So I went with the second choice. I don't say I regret it. I wish I'd have got that, But at the same time, when you start getting mountains of fur in the freezers and you got beaver season coming around the corner and you got so much stuff to do, is it worth taking those 2 days just to try to catch 3 coon? Maybe. I mean, I probably would have got 8 to 10 or something like that. But no, let's prioritize. Let's get fur moving. I've got so much work to do before beaver season gets here. So it sucks, but it is what it is, Plus, my camera went out on me, but we got a new Hero 8, so. Yeah, Bucky's, that's what it is. I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah, Tony. Dawn, I have not. But I am working with a guy that he wants everything I have on May 6th, which is going to be a stretch. I've got a lot of fur to finish yet. Plus, if I do get 100 plus beaver, coming up, there's a lot to do here. A lot of work to get done yet. I was kind of optimistic here in Groenwold's prices here recently. I thought, man, that actually sounds pretty good. But I had a buddy of mine kind of in the northern half of Iowa. He just sold between 600 and 700 finished, nice late season coon. And he did not do nearly as well as I thought. Probably about $2 to $3 less than I thought. So that was kind of disappointing. Hey, Myron, how we doing? Oh, Myron, I'm out here every night. Every night. Makes for some long weeks. I'll tell you that. So when I come home from work on a weekday, inside with the family, till they go to bed 9:30, I'm out here between 11:30 and 1, somewhere in that ballpark. Up at 5:30 for work again. My days off right now are Monday and Tuesday. So like Sunday night, I'm out here till 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, good start. I'm going to get up here early in the morning. I'm going to get some stuff done. But after getting minimal sleep all week, I find myself waking up at like 9:30 Monday morning. It makes me feel lazy and worthless, but it's like, I got to catch up. I got to get some kind of rest. But at the same time, I got to start forcing myself to get up early so I can get some stuff done. There's a lot of work to do. Can't afford them. What are you talking about, Eric? Donnie Glover, how we doing? Howie, it's not necessarily a deadline, but this guy's going to be kind of coming through May 6th. So I'm hoping to get all my coon done and all the beaver done by May 6th. Which could be a problem if I do end up trapping hard for beaver that goes till April 15th. You know, then my priority is not going to be finishing coon. We just broke the 500 mark on finishing coon the other day. So, well, yesterday. After what I get here done, it's going to be like 535 or something like that once I finish this shopping cart out. I was hoping to get close to 700 on my next weekend coming Monday. But it's easier said than done. You know, I'm that guy that has big plans in his head, but, you know, when that day comes, it's like, man, I'm going to go take a break for a second or eat some lunch. Next thing you know, I've watched 2 episodes of NCIS, and it's like, man, it feels good just to sit down for a minute. I kind of enjoy this, but I can't. I got too much stuff to do. You know, I've said this before, but trapping is the first half of my season. Finishing fur is a whole new ball game. I'm getting less rest and sleep now finishing fur than I did trapping. It's just, that's how it is. I mean, yeah, it's not anything crazy physical, run up and down ditches, but it's very, very late nights. Michael Outdoors, I won 100. I wanted 100 last year and fell pretty short of 50, but I've got some big plans lined up. I've got a lot of private ground lined up in some phenomenal places. All right, Reeve, take care, buddy. Vet, how we doing? Hey, I got one for you. I got a whole pile of dried out ones for you that were sitting over here from that last little push I did. Good thing it doesn't matter if they're dried out or not, they still sell. I appreciate it, buddy. Hope everything's going well with you, man. It's been a little bit since we talked. I was hoping to get a chance to actually text you at night, but had some stuff kind of go down, so. Wow, TK, that's amazing. Yeah, you've got to keep going. Keep pushing yourself forward and keep, you know, kind of have that light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I look at it now, it's like, man, finishing fur, I love it. I do. I love finishing fur. It's definitely my passion. I mean, I would love to just be a fur buyer for a living if I knew I could actually support my family with it. But I just love finishing fur. But, you know, it's just, it gets monotonous. You know, same thing over and over and over. But here I'm thinking, all right, we're 500 in. I'm better than I was last year at this point. Actually by quite a bit. So I'm pretty happy. Hopefully by next Wednesday, you know, a week from yesterday, we're pushing 700 of these done. Start opening up some freezer space, make room for beaver. That's kind of my plan. I really love to get this walk-in turned off for the year. Oh, it was Gibbs, Tony. 100% Gibbs. He's gone now, though, which is sad. Oh, yeah, the fur done, yeah, now it's, yeah, it's, it's late nights. You're normally up pretty late, though. if I remember right. I'm gonna have to give you a call one of these nights if you're still up late. Vet, he's pretty close, I think. Shoot, by after this weekend, I'll bet he's pushing 800. I'll bet he's real close to 800 by this weekend. Low bridges. Running out of space and push pins, so we're gonna take some off as we put some on. Hey Ty, how we doing, bud? Yeah, but it's gonna be a good one this year. The trick is, I have yet to ever get a year-end picture that I can actually time out and make everything perfect. Normally it's rushed. I'm literally taking Coon off of stretchers the day of me selling stuff to try to get a picture. So I'm hoping this year's a little different. You know, I preach find your drive. That's not just strapping. That's, you know, got to get that fur finished, get it done, get it ready to go, and be ready. Just because you're that kind of friend, BJ, I'd expect nothing less out of somebody like you. We're hustling, Ty. We are always hustling. Trying to get as many furs done as we can. If you guys didn't know it too, I always like brushing that fur on the outside of the legs out to the window. Just to kind of make it look, you know, as good as you can. Always brush the tail out. Just kind of try to make it look presentable. Not that it probably does much, but makes me feel better about my stuff. Oh, Howie board? I don't know. Just boarding? Probably 15, 20, I don't know. Eric? I don't know. I really don't know. Monday was a long time ago, buddy. Oh, that's awesome, James. That's awesome, buddy. I'm glad you got that opportunity. All right, Vet, I'm gonna do my best. What does the quality of the video look like? Can you actually see things? Good. So we'll tuck down here. Here's 2 rows. We've got another 2 rows here all the way down. Double wide. We've got another one. I've got 3 rows of 2 hanging here. As you can tell. What's really cool is once we get back in here. Now this is where I got the rows of 10. All of these are per size. This looks like a 4XL size. That's probably a 2. We've got a 3. All of these are groups of 10 of finished fur that's done and hanging. We've got 270 of them done and off the boards. Then, well, what I'm doing, guys, is I'm hanging them over here. So here's my 4X coon when I take them off. My 3s, my 2, 1, and anything below a 1XL. When I get 10 on a hanger, then I take them over to where I just showed you. And then I come over here and I make a tally. So if I just, you know, a group of 10 4Xs, I'd make a mark. And then my total is down here for what's done and off the boards for the year. So it's kind of a little, I don't know, it works pretty well for me. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff in here. DK, how we doing from California? Oh, absolutely, DK. Yeah, I got to do better at it. Yeah, Scab, I hear that. All right, Dale. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. You take care. Bet. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. But that's kind of my setup, guys. I'm not sure how well that showed up on here, but that's kind of how I do it. About as much info. Howie on reefs, yeah. I felt bad for hijacking reefs. That guy was asking a lot of questions, and I'm like, this isn't really my live stream to talk about what I'm doing. But Reef's a pretty good guy. He's pretty open to, you know, let's just talk about anything outdoors. He's all for it. I love that. I love that. Yeah, Howie, and that was kind of cool. You know, it's good to see people interested in it. I mean, I always told Reef, you know, when I come up, chances are if I'm able to get online, I'm not with the family, so I'm out here working fur, especially this time of year. So you never know what you're going to get. And he's like, yeah, that's good. No problem. You know, like even when they're asking about disc patches and stuff, I made sure Reef, I told him, like, are you sure you're okay with me talking about this? Because I don't want your whole channel to get demonetized because of me. I get it, Scab. Luckily for us, like our beaver are strictly hatter beaver. So you really don't have to have them perfect. I mean, the guy that's coming May 6th, he said, your beaver could look like a ninja star for all I care. It's all about that weight. Ty, I probably could as soon as next week, to be honest with you. It's here. I mean, we're gonna have open water by then. I'm just not ready for it. I've got too much fur in freezers yet. I've got too many coon to finish yet to really get going. But I did put an order in to my buddy at A&J Skinning Machines. He's making me a bunch more drowning rods, some T-stakes for the tops. We're gonna be set up to run a really good line this year. We're gonna be sitting on about 120 drowning rods. Should be about 80 TS85s, maybe 90 if I make this order with Alan at Funky's. And then I'll be running a bunch of snares too. So big plans. Just hope it all works out. Yeah, Eric, that's what you're saying, man. You have to let me know how you do. I know my buddy that sold to him today was, let's just say, more than disappointed. So it was pretty pretty rough. So you have to let me know what you do, buddy. Yeah, it really was, Howie. Yeah, yeah, Scab. And that's what I thought about with these drowning rods. I can actually check every other day. So maybe I'll do a 1 day check, 1 day skin and board, everything. But at the same time, it's like, man, that's not a lot of rest, and my work schedule's still kind of screwy, so definitely makes it pretty difficult. That's awesome, Craig. That tell you what, that makes me so happy. I'm so glad that there's some people that are able to improve from this channel, or to pick up little tips or just little pieces to help them. That is the whole reason I started this, and that truly makes me happy to hear, man. It really does. Uh, I almost never started this channel. It was really close not to, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad your fur bar said that. Hopefully it helps you down the road. You know, even if it makes you an extra 10 cents of freaking fur. I mean, that's money in your pocket. That's pride. That fur bar knows you have good stuff. That means something. Pretty awesome. Eric, they're in Northwest Iowa, so. Oh, scab, yeah, no way. No way. I will not carry a beaver more than about 30 yards. That's going to be my max. But I'm also overweight and lazy, so those are two big combinations there. I keep smelling a little bit of skunk in here, and I don't know why. It makes me think there's one laying somewhere that I missed. And it's making me really nervous. If my wife gets a whiff of that, I'm going to be in big, big trouble. Yeah. Oh yeah, DK, it's changed a lot since then. I just can't believe our spring beaver is going to be here that early. It's just, man, it's insane. That's a hike. That is a hike. That sounds like several trips back and forth, buddy. Wow, Howie. I'm not gonna lie. I did not look at that. Wow. Oh, DK, I'll be out here late. We're doing the live while I'm boarding some because I can actually talk to you guys, but I got about 20 that need fleshed yet that I can't really touch my phone when I'm going to be fleshing, so. Ty, I do not believe so. I will not be making the fur takers. I'm hoping to make the NTA up in Escanaba, but that's going to be a pretty good stretch too. So, get another 2 years till I get another week vacation, then hopefully I'll be able to start doing some more stuff. Yeah, Eric, you probably will. That's going to be... I got some private lined up, just from some friends that have issues. Basically, I'm just going to kind of show them how I'd set it up for this year, make them better for next year, and they're going to let me trap it. So I'm looking forward to it, but mostly everything I do is going to be out of the row. Even that private ground, I'm only going to trap it if I can get to it very, very easily and quickly. I'm going to be covering lots of ground. I don't have time to walk back in or to haul a side by side or anything like that. I got to be moving. It's just my how I am. You catch a lot of fur going back in on private property and stuff, but I'm so used to the road trapping now. I'm lazy. I don't want to leave my truck. Just kind of how I am. Dawn, if I'm not beaver trapping, yeah, I plan to go to Chelsea. Bruce always puts on a good event. I really, really look up to Bruce. He's probably one of the better, I don't even know how to say it. The way, especially if you ever watch his demo, if you get a chance to watch his demos for anything, watch them. Because his process of how he describes things and how an animal thinks is, amazing. I can't do that. His ability to teach is phenomenal, and just a great man. He's real big into the education here in Iowa for trapping, and that's awesome. Hey, Patrick, how we doing? Man, Ty, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, James, I don't blame you a bit. I'll bet you did, Scab. I'll bet you did. Yeah, some of these you see me coon trapping, I hate walking some of these bridges. Just walking these bridges sucks. But if you're beaver trapping, you kind of don't have a choice. You have to walk the bridges. Patrick, not the coon. I will sell that though, but come beaver season, yeah, we're going to be eating a lot. This is the first year since I was 12 years old, so in 23 years, that I did not deer hunt at all. It's really disappointing, actually. I hate it, but it is what it is. So since we are short on deer meat, we're going to be utilizing beaver meat for a lot of our food source. You can see that rub mark here. Definitely a late season coon. That's where they get that real bad rub. Not a bad though. He's a decent 3X though. Other than that, nothing to brag about, but good coon. Scab, nice. Yep, 3Xer. I really wish I could handle fur for a living, guys. This is definitely like my calling. I love handling fur. Oh, James, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. Patrick, so I do it two ways. The crock pot or slow cook, the hindquarters, but we also do the loin on the grill. Grill some beaver loin. That is phenomenal. Yeah, Eric, you're not wrong, buddy. We just don't have the water. I mean, we have virtually no water. Y'all are quiet tonight. Probably because it's like probably 11:30 right now. As I said before at the beginning of this, for those of you who didn't catch it, the bill passed the first step here in Iowa to make hunting, trapping, and fishing part of the Iowa Constitution, which is a huge step for us Iowans. Wow, James, yeah, you would be lucky. Oh, nice, Scab. Yeah, so that's 11:30 here. Sewing up the holes on the cat legs, yeah. A couple years ago, I was sewing a bunch of stuff on coyotes. You know, anything fur out, you can kind of get away with that, but when it's leather out, you kind of, yeah, not much you can hide, even with sewing. Derek King, how we doing? Oh, that's awesome. It's too bad you can't trap him, buddy. Locke, that was not our bill. That is Minnesota. So Minnesota is in a fight right now. If there's anybody in here from Minnesota, they can probably chime in a little better than I can. But one of the guys I talked to the other day said they are getting ready to battle, or are currently battling, a bill that would limit, basically, any conibear would have to be fully submerged underwater, not just half, or like 4 foot in a tree or 5 foot up in the tree for, I'm guessing, your martins and stuff like that. So definitely different. That'd be pretty rough for them, but again, they're a blue state, so I feel bad for them. Oh, Patrick, yeah. Yeah, that, oh man, I feel bad for you. Those guys don't like us. They don't like our kind. Oh man, yeah, we freeze up here, pretty good. Although this year it wasn't much of a freeze. Derek, I ended up with 2. Really surprised. Normally, I always punch out on cats, but I did not this year. So that was kind of interesting. Especially considering I ran more 220s than normal. Because that's how I normally catch my limit of cats, is strictly 220s. So. Had to work to get that one up there. Oh, didn't even realize I've got another beaver to put up in the bottom of this cart. Makes sense. I finally got the last of the beaver done from last year, so trying to get that walk-in freezer turned off. Yeah, Derek, both are in 220s. I haven't caught a cat in a 220, anything other than a 220, in 4 years now, probably. Oh man, Luck, that's terrible. CRB. Oh yeah, this is normal for me. Just figured I'd see what everybody's doing, and I can't believe we got 38 people still in here. Derek, I did not get there. I had my last weekend of season, and I needed 3. And I thought I could really take this weekend and hit 3, probably 10 or 15, even though it's cold and terrible. Or I can put up 100, 120 coon and start getting that process started, so I get ready for spring beaver. And I took that one. You know, it's 2 days in a row of just finishing fur. I got a lot done. It's disappointing, and you know, I look back and it's like, man, I could have got 3, but trying to find 3 fresh bridges or areas, and I weighed my options, and I need to get fur finished. I've got a lot of fur to finish in a very short amount of time. May 6th is when I'm planning on selling everything, so. Oh, you're in Kearney? I didn't know that. Yeah, it's warm. It's going to stay warm, too. Off the hook. How we doing? Hey, I appreciate that, sir. It means a lot. Yeah, it did pass today, the first round. So, you know, we've got several more. It's got to go through an actual vote in the House and then the Iowa Senate. I'm not real political, so I don't know exactly how it works, but I just know I got a couple of text messages from some Iowa Trapper Association directors saying, hey, this is what's going on. Can you share it and help us? And I said, absolutely. I'll share it on every platform that I can. Probably bored a bunch of people to death about it. You know, a lot of people just want to see stuff caught in traps, and it's like, there's a big picture here, guys. We're not going to be able to keep doing that stuff if we don't act on this stuff that we have now. So, this happens a lot, too. Lose the head of a push pin. I gotta take more coons off boards. I'm running out of push pins. I'm gonna make a lot of orders to Funkies this week, I think. I just got these push pins in a couple days ago. Yeah, exactly, off the hook. Exactly. And you know, that wasn't just for trapping. I mean, if this passes, it locks in hunting as well as fishing as a right in Iowa. Ow. That's huge for everybody, all sportsmen. And we got to stick together with that stuff. You know, this can't be just trappers or just hunters. We've all got to stick together with this. Just as outdoorsmen and women, period. Derek, I do have a few hoodies left. Not really much more than that. Actually, I'm wearing my old hat today. I just got my new hat from A&J Skinning Machines. That was pretty nice. But yeah, I got a few hats, or not hats, hoodies. I gotta take inventory because I haven't even really looked at it since convention last year. Got it here in Arizona. That's awesome, Mike. That's awesome. That's too bad. I mean, you look at New Mexico and look at everything they've lost. It's terrible. All right, Eric, you take care, buddy. Shoot me a text tomorrow. Let me know how you do on those prices, buddy. I'm curious. Good luck, bud. Have a good night. Absolutely off the hook. You're not wrong, buddy. You are not wrong, my friend. All right, Don, you take care, buddy. Have a good night, man. I appreciate you stopping in. Alex, how we doing? Never, ever forget your belly boards. If you do ever forget your belly boards, if you have a way to do it, throw the whole coon on the board in the freezer. When you pull it out, it's going to be twice as easy to get this off the board, because if you don't have this is going to dry so tight to the board, you'll never get it off. You'll actually rip the head off before you will pull it off. Throw the whole thing in the freezer. Something about the boards contract and then swell, stretches the fur. I don't know, but it comes off a lot easier. Patrick, that's too bad, buddy. I'll tell you what, it's just a matter of time before your state is just overrun with fur. I mean, just look at that. That's just a nice, good, I mean, it's not perfect, but that's just a good coon. Good heavy belly on him. Can't go wrong with that. Nice white leather. I don't know. Fur is my thing. I love it. Definitely love it. Oh yeah, off the hook. You're not wrong. Skip. That's funny. I'm gonna switch boards on this one. A little smaller than I thought. So I've come into the habit now of I used to flush a coon, board it. Flush a coon, board it. Anymore, I will flush 30, 40, whatever I'm doing, and then board a whole bunch of them, like board them later. It's just, I don't know. It works a lot easier for me. I can take the apron off, and I think that just kind of limits me a lot to what I'm doing. Oh, Mike, absolutely. I mean, there's nothing I love more than looking at all that finished fur. Uh, and this might sound cheesy to some, but it is a very sad, depressing day when all my fur is gone. You know, you spend months building this up and preparing it and working it, and then you sell it, and all at once you walk in here and it's empty. You can almost hear my shop echo, and I hate it. I mean, obviously, you know, we're out here to do this, but it's just, I don't like it. It's almost like selling part of your soul. It's sad. Yeah, Patrick, I don't blame them. Will they get in trouble if they get caught doing that? I'd assume they would, but hey, Vet's still in here. All that stuff, Vet, is handled as soon as I'm skinning that animal. All the parts and pieces that I take off these things get divided up as soon as it gets skinned and froze. Once that happens, they're set until I sell them. But there's nothing that happens to them. The minute I skin that raccoon, you know, cut the penis bone off, the skull, I'll wrap them up, throw them in the freezer, the meat, whatever I'm selling, and that's that. Until my market shows up for them. Which, believe it or not, it might sound stupid, but it gets kind of confusing when you're like, all right, I got this market showing up this day at 9. Oh, shoot, 2 days from that, this market's showing up. He's going to be here between 10 and 11. And it's like, it literally becomes an actual business. Yeah, I kind of figured, Patrick. But at the same time, which I get that, and I respect that, but same time, if they start complaining about this to the government, you know, maybe I'm not saying, you know, it's a very, obviously very blue state, but maybe things will somewhat turn. Vet, the only prep to the actual outside of the fur I do is basically brushing them out, making sure they are free of any burrs, dirt. I want them clean. You know, I want them. Granted, these have already been fleshed. But I want them looking like this, you know. They've got to be clean, no burrs, nothing when they come to flesh. Other than that, they're thrown in the freezer that way. When I thaw them out, once in a while you'll get some that got a little frost on it or something. Before I flesh them, they have to be completely dry. They have to, otherwise you're going to start getting some rot up in here. But yeah, other than that, we're good. Now we're behind. Oh man, that's terrible, Patrick. Good, Alex. Vet, no. I'm selling my skulls raw right now. I am looking into next year, possibly getting into actually selling finished skulls. I kept back I've probably got 100 skulls here from this year that I'm going to work on this summer, and hopefully prep myself, assuming it works out all right. All right, Scab. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Have a good night. Patrick, beetles, maceration. There's a couple of things that I'm looking at. The beetles I have to outsource, though, because I cannot have beetles in here with fur. That's just a terrible combination. Nobody will win with that. Help me out here, guys. We're getting scammed. Derek, my highest paying fur, be between beaver and skunk. Skunk's doing pretty good. Green, or no, not green, but finished. But all my skunks are getting tanned. But beaver right now is pretty good money, especially for a good one. All right, thanks, Vet. Appreciate it, buddy. Yep, exactly, Howie. Maceration. So I played with that a little bit, and I've never told anybody that before. But I played with that a little bit. You gotta get the teeth back in them, but they actually turned out really, really well. But the problem is, it becomes a damn jigsaw puzzle of getting everything back in them. So, but I'm working on it. I'm hoping to start selling finished products soon. So, we'll see. TK, yeah, I caught 5 or 6 or so. I've got a lot of coyotes in here right now because a lot of the local hunters, they just give them to me. They go out and shoot a bunch and like, yeah, we don't want them. Here you go. So I've got a bunch of coyotes in here. Nope, Patrick, not at all. The tail is not used in the fur trade. You get some like, people sell tan fur, skunk tails or coon tails or whatever, but the actual fur market itself doesn't hurt it at all. You might not get a top lot award at auction, but it's not a necessity. You might get I won't say crooked, but a fur buyer that'll try to say, oh, I don't have the tail, I'm going to dock you. But that tail doesn't actually matter in the fur world. Not the slightest bit. Matter of fact, half the time if I'm starting to flesh them and there's a little rip in them, I just grab it, hack it off. Don't even mess with it. Not worth it. Oh, there you go, Derek. Absolutely. Really, Howie? That's interesting. That's very interesting. That'd be a new concept to me. Like I said, I've never really done it before. I just started playing with a little. I kept a few last year and tried it, and you can see where we got. Oh, nice, Alex. Nothing wrong catching some squirrels. I bet you guys don't have a lot of lives like this where someone's actually working on fur. I don't know. I've seen a few. Arkansas has done a couple, I believe. Um, but not a crazy lot, really. And it might be, Howie. I don't know. Um, well, I know on deer, when you macerate them, that the teeth don't come out. So yeah, it'd probably be the difference. Down to the last 2 coon to finish, fellas. And then I got to start flushing things and board a beaver, so then we won't be able to do the chat no more. Nice, Lock. That works. Well, CRB, when a mama beaver loves a daddy beaver, yeah, there you go. Yeah, Richard, right? Yeah. I thought my wife would like it, but just not quite enough. Derek, I try to. You know, I don't hold anything back. Anything I can share, I will. You know, that's why we're here in Iowa. I'm helping put on several trapping classes across the state this year. We actually really started talking about that here these last few days. If I didn't already have enough stuff going on. Trying to find the cities to do this in, the areas, the game plan. It's tough. You know, it's a lot of work. But I truly believe education is everything anymore. And we've got to do our part. I heard about that. I haven't seen it yet. Patrick, I appreciate that. You know, I keep my lives are casual, guys. You know, we can talk about life, we can talk about women, we can talk about trapping, hunting, fishing, we can just talk about anything other than politics. We won't bring that crap in here. But, you know, it's just I love my lives for the fact of this is when I actually get to interact with people. You know, YouTube's awesome, but me filming a bunch of stuff, talking about things, that's not like this, where I can actually see people talking back to me. That is way better for me than anything. That's why I love lives. Deer hides, Justin, most of them go overseas. They're probably just selling to some fur buyer that sends them overseas, would be my guess. There's not a whole lot of the money in deer hides. I do know that. Boy, this one's not one to stretch real well. Oh, Richard, 100%. You know, if you'd asked me that 3 or 4 years ago, I'd have said, yeah, not really. But this year, I think I counted, it was right close to or just over 20 coveys of quail in different areas. 3 or 4 years ago, I maybe saw one. We're seeing a lot more pheasants. Now, whether that is actually due to just, I mean, I'm not tooting my horn, but I'm probably the biggest trapper in our area by a pretty decent amount. We've got a few local kids that, you know, they set 15 traps around their section, and that's awesome. I'm glad to see it, but I'm pretty much by my own around here. But the pheasant populations have come up, and especially the quail. It's pretty amazing. Whether that has anything to do with me, actually, or just coincidence, I don't know. But, I mean, what I'm doing can't hurt them, you know? And especially now that I got a possum market and I'm harvesting all the possums, it's even better. Oh, CRB, this year I expanded my line a little bit. But so one thing I want to talk to you guys about, this is what I call my off year. So this is my year when, you know, I started filming 2 years ago when I caught 890, 897, 899. This is my bad crop rotation year. So 2 years ago I started filming. I was hoping for 1,000 because I caught 1,082 the year before. My good year. Started filming between camera and just my off year, way short. Last year we got 1,052. My good year. This year was 1,078. It's my bad year, but I added a lot of ground to it. If I add more ground for next year on my good year, man, it could be good. But that's if I even decide to target coon like I do. I'm always going to trap coon, but, you know, I'm starting to see there's a couple other adventures in life that I'd like to do while I'm still young enough to do them in the trapping genre. So we'll see what happens. A lot of them are very dependent on weather, so we'll see. Yeah, Alex, there's not many around. You know, if you look back in Iowa in the 80s and 90s, pheasants were everywhere. When I was just a little guy, you know, 5, 6 years old, going pheasant hunting with my dad, we'd have our limit in 20 minutes, and that's probably because my dad missed 3 or 4 of them, you know. And now the big bird hunters, and especially in my area, you got to hunt all day to maybe see 2, or at least you used to. I mean, it'd still be tough now, but it's just changed a lot. Once the trapping declined, the fur populations declined with it. Oh, absolutely, Richard. I appreciate it. Yeah, you know, you're not hurting yourself by any means. You can only benefit your nesting birds by trapping, and you can even benefit the population of those animals you're trapping by trapping. One thing I reached out to a couple individuals today about. So we're going to be doing these trapping classes, and I'm not sure if it's possible yet or not, but I want to take a very, very mangy coyote, like terrible with mange, and I want to get it tanned. And everyone's like, that's disgusting. Why would you do that? Because I want to show in these classes what an animal with mange looks like and how slowly and terrible it's going to die. Because I do think it's a bad thing to see, but it shows what overpopulation does. You get overpopulation, these animals rub up on each other, mange spreads everywhere. This is what that animal looks like. He's not going to live. It's going to be a slow, cruel death. That's why we do what we do. That's why we control these populations. So it'll be interesting. I'm hopefully going to have a tannery that'll take on that mission for me. Hey, Ruben, how we doing? Oh, CRB, you're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong by any means. Yep. Oh, yeah, Patrick. 100%. Here's kind of a slight yellow one. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell that with that light. He's not terrible, but he's slight yellowed color. Yeah, I don't blame you, Alex. I don't blame you a bit. That's awesome, Richard. That's awesome. And that's what we need. We need more of that. We need more people to see that. And that's kind of why I'm contributing to these classes and hopefully gonna get a lot of classes going here in Iowa. This is how I look at trapping education classes. If 100 people show up to these classes, maybe you only get 3 or 4 trappers. But you get 100 people that now understand the importance of what we do when it comes to voting and legislative ideas and bills and stuff like that. And that right there, my friends, is the win. Is getting people to understand why we do it. Whether they choose to do it or not, understanding it and supporting it is the big picture. That's the big win. John Stark, what's up, buddy? How we doing, my man? You guys running ice tonight or not? We ran 2 lines today, so. Been a while since I've seen you, buddy. Been a long while since we worked together on night produce. I don't doubt it, Alex. I don't doubt it one bit. Yeah. Yeah, it gets mowed and baled. I can't think of what it is. A lot of that stuff's every year or 2 or something like that, so. No ice you're loading. I didn't know you were subscribed to this, Stark. That's awesome, buddy. Well, I appreciate your support, my man. TK took some melatonin. Good night. Yeah, that's our last coon we're boarding, then we're bailing out of here, too. I got about probably 15 I got to flush yet, and then I'll board them tomorrow night, and it's getting late, so. And I won't touch my phone when I actually start flushing stuff, and I can't see the chat without touching my phone, so. Right, Patrick? Yeah, Richard, I'm not saying you won't have that happen. We're in a very good area. Well, I am, and Next Gen is too. But I'll tell you what, we don't hold a candle to the top trappers of Iowa, though. I'll promise you that. You know, I did a ride along here with an individual. He wants to remain private, and I respect that. But he was messing around just for fun and caught 1,300, something like that. And his buddy did the exact same. You know, if things get serious, there's 3,000 coon a year, guys. So, uh, pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Another thing too, guys, when you're pinning these coon up, if you look, this edge right here is rode up. I've got this exactly to the 3X mark where these pins are. If you were to send that to auction and where it rode up, that's going to be a 2X now. So I always take these pins and I will pin down that side to make sure it stays below that line. Just a little tip for you guys there sending to auction. Yeah, Ty, there's not many around. Ruben, probably pretty soon. We're going to have open water by next week, I bet. Hey, Clinton, no problem. No problem at all. Not even sure what time it is. Oh, yeah, we barely broke midnight. Alright guys, I'm going to get some stuff fleshed. Gonna have to end this chat now because I will not be able to see anything once I get going. But I always wear a hoodie with this. No matter how warm it is, that strap irritates the crap out of my neck if I don't have something between it and me. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. I get you there. But I gotta get rolling, guys. I gotta be up in 5 hours now, and we still got some coon to flesh. So get some of these taken care of. Probably do another live sometime next week like this. It's fun. I love doing these lives. I love interacting with people. Ruben, be patient, buddy. Be patient. Yeah, it's fun, guys. It's fun. I always love these things. So, especially the lives, man. Being able to actually interact with people. That's my thing. It's just fun. I love doing it. So, you guys take care. I'm going to get this stuff wrapped up real quick, and we'll probably see you guys next week. So, take care, guys.